line through that corner if I tried. So just heading to work on my week off. Yes, that is really fucked up. Say la vie, what the fuck is he doing? It is cold, cold, cold. Christ, at 11 o'clock in the morning it's fucking freezing. I just imagine what it was like first thing. So what have I been up to? Nothing much. Celebrated my birthday, which was really shit, thanks for asking. What else? So I went to see the new film Nightcrawler the other night. Which, for those of you who don't know, is Jake Gyllenhaal's new film. Where he basically plays this fucking loon who, fucking hell, what is wrong with me? Makes a living by going around like filming like car crashes and stuff for the news and various other gruesome scenes. And yeah, that's basically the premise of it, and he just gets weirder and weirder and more fucking mental as he goes on. I won't lie, didn't particularly like it. Sorry if you're listening, Jake, but I didn't. It's one of these films where it always gets like rave reviews because it's, you know, kind of clever, or they think it's clever and artsy and a great performance, and I suppose maybe it could be classed as a good performance, just not in a good film, if that makes sense. Kind of similar in a sense to, I don't know if you've seen a film called Drive with, god damn it, what's his name? The pretty boy, what's his name? Fuck it, I can't remember. I'll have to edit that bit in later when it comes back to me. The guy who's in Ides of March as well, not Ryan Reynolds, but... no, fuck it, it's gone. But yeah, that was not one of those films where I was, oh, it's amazing, 5 stars across the board, and it was just really fucking boring, to be honest. Just very artsy. And this was similar. I wouldn't say it was artsy, but I don't know, it's trying to be like gritty and stuff. Fucking hell, what the fuck is that? Yeah, and it was just really fucking... it wasn't even that long a film, but it just felt really long. Really fucking long. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. And that's probably being generous. I probably would have walked out because I was that bored, except I've never actually walked out of a film. I always like to sort of stick at it on the off chance it gets remotely fucking good near the end, which it didn't really. Even the ending was a bit of a damp squib. Although I am going to see Interstellar at the end of this week, so I'm looking forward to that, although again I have reservations. Again, it's getting rave reviews from some people and other people saying it doesn't quite work. Slightly concerned at the fact that the influence is clearly Space Odyssey 2001, which, to be honest, I'm a massive film fan. That's another film that I never especially liked. I never fully understood the fascination with it. So that's not the greatest endorsement if I'm honest. But so far, Chris Nolan hasn't really done anything that I haven't liked. I wasn't a massive fan of Memento. I thought it was good, but not one of the films you'd really want to watch again. But most of his other stuff, The Prestige, very, very good film. And then Batman films, they were quite good. Inception was good. Kind of weird thing a little bit with a lot of his stuff though. He always kind of makes those films that I don't really want to watch again. Like Inception, I've seen it once, maybe twice, and I wouldn't really want to watch it again, whereas some films I can just watch happily over and over again. But I'm looking forward to Interstellar. I'm interested to see what he's come up with. Visually, you know, it'll be amazing. Whether the story is actually any good, is another matter entirely. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Although, even though it's freezing fucking cold, it does look beautiful. And it is really fucking cold. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's not very high, I know that. I've got most of my sort of thicker gear on and it's still kind of biting a little bit through it. And that's at like 11 o'clock in the morning. There was a car next door this morning that was basically just a fucking giant ice block. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't try that manoeuvre, and I'm on a considerably faster machine than a Honda fucking Jazz or whatever the fuck that is. But they're saying I'm a bit of a fucking big girl's blouse, to be honest. I'm not much of a risk taker, to be honest. Granted, I've had too many near misses, hence why I'm no longer a risk taker, and I've had a few where I haven't missed, so I've learnt the hard way. The thing I love, they just did that really risky manoeuvre, and they're not exactly charging ahead, are they? They're like fucking still doing about 50. Granted, this dickhead at the front. What's that? See, I don't like it when it's like that, because I don't think I could get around both, although typically I could have, it seems. But I don't like sandwiching in between them, even though there's a massive gap. I don't know, I'm just fucking, like I said, big girl's blouse. I'll wear the badge proudly, fuck it. At least, you know, usually people who wear those badges are still alive and have all their limbs. Off to the motorcycle live show end this month. I'm quite looking forward to that, actually. That was quite good last year. Who else is going? Anyone? Hands up. Interesting to be some good bikes there this year. The new Ninja h2, is it? I think that's supposed to be there. I reckon that'll be pretty bloody popular. Especially if they bring the race version, like the 300 brake horsepower lunatic machine. So, a lot of people don't like the styling. I do. I think it looks quite cool. It's a bit different. I don't really like the exposed chassis, like the subframe, like they do on. It's a bit too KTM-ish for my liking, which is not an endorsement because I don't like it on the KTM either. But I still like it though. It kind of looks like a fighter plane. Fucking sounds like a fighter plane. I don't know if any of you've seen the videos where they fire it up. It's like, Jesus Christ, the noise it makes is unreal. It's like God gargling hammers or something. It's insane. Yeah, I quite like it. I'm trying to think what else they've unveiled so far at the Milan show that I quite like the look of. I quite like the look of the new BMW 800. Was it F800, K800, something like that? I kind of like the styling of it, although you just know because it's a BMW it's going to be fucking terrifyingly expensive. I'm interested to see how that stacks up against like a Kawasaki Z800. Probably like twice the price. And actually being BMW, there's like 150 different accessories you can strap to it as well. For an option, for an added extra of course. Stay there, oh, you fuck. Yes, I'm looking forward to the Motorcycle Live Show. I enjoyed it last year. It's hard work. I was actually looking to buy stuff last year, which is hard fucking work. I don't know if any of you have been there. Like, you can save some proper money, depending what you're after, of course. Like, I was after a new lid. It's hard bloody work. Like, everywhere you go. So I was looking at sort of the more higher end stuff, because I don't really want a cheap lid, because it's not like I'm only using this bike once a week or once a month. You know, I'm out on this thing every single day for work, and then even when I'm not working, I'm quite often out on it as well. And like somebody once said in one of the magazines I was reading, £20 lids are for £20 heads. So I was looking for sort of decent lids. So I was looking at things like the Shoei and the Aries, however you want to pronounce that, and the shoe berths. Quite like the look of the shoe berths. And every place you go to, they were like, I asked him how much it was. I'm like, oh, it's £350. I'm like, okay. But whatever price you get from anyone else, I can match it. So I was like, right, okay. Why don't you just tell me what your best price is? And I might just buy the bloody helmet right here and now and save me walking around all day. And they're like, nope. I'm like, brilliant. Okay, so you end up walking around all bloody day, more or less, getting all these different prices. And so they're like, oh, what's the best price? And I'm like, £350. You just keep lowering it, and they just keep lowering theirs. You keep dropping it by 20, 30 quid, and just, oh god. In the end, I actually went for this showy GT Air, which all in all has been a good purchase. I think I paid about $260 for this, which is quite good. If you look at a lot of the retail sites, you won't really find it under, well, $350 is the cheapest I think I've found online. A few of the others charging sort of still north of $400, which is quite mental when there's a hell of a difference. But all in all, it's been a good price, a good lid. I don't like the wind noise, but on a naked bike, I think I'm a little bit screwed in that most lids I get, I'm probably going to suffer quite a bit of wind noise because there's no protection. Also, it almost lets in too much here. See, I haven't got much point of reference. I haven't owned a lid in years. I can't remember what my last one was like, and that was a relatively crap one because I was young and stupid. Whereas now I'm just stupid. But it lets in too much air. Like now, it's absolutely fine. But when first thing in the morning, when it's freezing bloody cold, it just piles in freezing cold air, just right in your face, which is not overly pleasant. So your face feels like it's going to fall off by the time you get anywhere. And even when you close the vents, that's the thing I don't get. I close the vents, and yet it doesn't seem to restrict airflow at all, even though the vents are closed, which I don't quite get. So I don't know if it's just a unique feature, in inverted commas, of this lid, or if my lid's just got something wrong with it. They do usually do a free service thing for Shoei and Ari. Usually do it. They did it last year, and I need to check and see if they're doing issues. So if they do, I'm taking my lid along. They can bloody check it for me. Although I am very interested, and I was last time, but there was no one there, in the Nex helmets, NEXX. So they're not a massive firm. They haven't been around for that long, I believe. And they're a Portuguese firm, very big in the United States and certain parts of Europe, but not so much here. But they've got some. Oh, please stop! They've got some really interesting lids. I would be interested in seeing. They've got this new one called the XT1, I believe it is. It's actually got like a little cradle built into the jaw, so that you can put their they bought their own Bluetooth communication system out. So rather than like a lot of the other ones where, or the ones you buy aftermarket where it's like strapped to the side of your lid, which I don't really want because I've already got my camera, and so the amount of crap stuck to the side of my lid is getting a little excessive. One thing I think is enough. I don't really want two, so it's just looking more stupid. But this thing, it just fits flush into the side of the jaw of the lid, and then the headphones, of course, go into the designated headphone bits, and it gives you Bluetooth connectivity, so you can use your phone if you really wanted to, or your music or sat nav, which is one of the things I want it for predominantly. And it has all the usual gubbins, so it's got internal sun visors and all that kind of jazz. But it looks really good. But they never actually show up on Motorcycle Live, which I always find quite strange. And none of the sort of places that sell them ever show up at Motorcycle Live either. So it's a bit rubbish really, but I would really like to have a look at one. They're not insanely expensive either. They do a carbon fibre one as well, which is supposed to be amazing, like insanely light, but still very good build quality. I'd quite like to have a look at that as well, although I'm more interested in the got back of my arms freezing. More interested in this one as the Bluetooth option. Although granted, it would be a lot cheaper for me just to buy like a Senna and just slap it to the side of my lid, rather than buy a whole new lid. Yeah, and the missus will probably stab me if I buy a new lid. I've only had this one a year, so I think it will probably have to wait, which is annoying. Patience is not one of my virtues. But anyway, with that, I'll bid you adieu. Bye bye. Hi, policeman. Nope. Hi, man.